second generation driver Jason McGehee out of Wichita. Outside of him, on the front row, is the number 2 car out of Delphos, Kansas, Joe Cleveland. Inside row number 2, driving the 86 out of Halstead is Brian Franz, your current point leader. Checking into tonight, outside row number 2, the 25 is Scott Green out of Derby. Ryan McInich, the 52, the 25 is Mike Petersilly. The MC2 of Clint McFadden, the 11D car of Tyler Davis out of Hayesville, the 11B of Bill Seamers. Driving the 1 car is Kirby Robe. You've got your 10 transfer cars from the B main behind there to make it a 20-car starting field 25 times around. Scott Green in that number 25, starting outside row number 2, starts this event as your NCRA modified point leader. Dan Powers trying to recapture his championship from last year. There's our girls still selling those 50-50 tickets. Wow, what a pot they're getting going tonight here at Salina Speedway. Wave them down. You've got till this race is over to find it out. Number 3, 25 times around, a champion on the line. We'll check him down off of 4. Don't know if this one's going to work. No way. You got 2 cars over here in the one. You've got some situations. Holy cow, the field into turn number 1. So the false start right there off of turn number 4. You saw the field starting to jumble up over there in turn number 3 and 4. Now the come down from your starter's tower. The modifieds down off of 4. We're going to go green. Cleveland tries to get the momentum on the top of turn 2. It's Franz and Cleveland side by side off of turn number 4. Lap number 1, Joe Cleveland. Joe Cleveland finds the top side of turn number 2 to the liking. As he leads the field through 3 and 4, it'll be Cleveland off of 4, followed by Franz. Scott Green in that 25 moves up into the number 3 spot. He's your current point leader. It's Joe Cleveland into turn number 3 and 4 right now down the front straightaway. Cleveland followed by Franz, who's getting a challenge now from Scott Green, the 25. McInich in the 52. Tyler Davis in that 11D. He moves up into the number 5 spot around Seamers. It is all Joe Cleveland right now here at Salina Speedway off of turn number 4. Your leader, Cleveland, got some lap traffic up in front of him as he goes into turn number 1. Franz in the number 2 spot. We got a spin in turn number 2. Well, a break for your lead cars as they were starting to look at some lap traffic coming off of turn number 4. As the car spins over there, I believe that's Edward Lacey in the 171. Chooses the top side. He starts to light the candles off of 4. We're back under green. Friends, the 86, there goes that slingshot for Cleveland. Off of 4, Joe Cleveland in the number 2. Then it's Franz and Makinich. Oh, something happens to the number 2, Joe Cleveland. He's up on the top side of turn number 2. The car comes to a stop. Back, Scott Green, your current point leader, the 25, off of turn number 4. We're going to check him down. Kirby Rowe on the outside of row number 2. Here we go. Everybody makes it through 1 and 2. We're into turn number 3. The 52, Ryan Makinich out of Hutchinson, Kansas, off of turn 4. It's Makinich, Franz, they're 3 wide with Rowe, Green, Powers. Kyle Rolander out of Waukene is that yellow 0 car. Makinich in the 52, Brian Franz the 86. Halfway pie this time around. Makinich, Franz, now down to the bottom of Makinich. Franz in that 86. Makinich gets the run off of turn number 2. It's still the 52 of Makinich, but Franz giving him everything he wants to handle. Spin on the back straightaway. Edward Lacey in the 171 brings us back to a caution. That'll be the 171 event. Over there in turn number 4, we go back under green. Watch that slingshot off the top of 2 for the 52. Great action back there through the field. Off of 4. Here they come into the front straightaway. Makinich, Franz. The run for your championship is between the 25 and the number 4 car, as Franz now falls back to the 3 spot. Kirby Rowe in that number 1. Kirby Rowe up into 2nd. Brian Franz, the 86. It's all Makinich into turn 1. Dan Powers in that number 4 car. He needs a couple of 3 spots to get a championship over that number 25. It's all Ryan Makinich right now. Makinich in the 52. Franz in second. Then it's Kirby Rowe, Dan Powers. Scott Green in that number 25 needs to keep the number 4 in his sight. Right now, unofficially 5 points separating the 25 and the number 4. Ryan Makinich in that 52. Off of turn number 4. He's got things as they settle down just a little bit with Franz in second. Dan Powers in that number 4. Kirby Robe, the 25. Oh, I got a spin over there at turn 1. That's Dan Powers in the number 4. He was real close to tying the League Series lead in that number 4. He needed a couple of spots over the 25, and he was challenging him. Now it's going to go to the back of the field for the number 4, Dan Powers. Caution lights have been turned off. Green, white checker finish. Makinich off of turn number 4. Watch for the slingshot. Does he get it? He's up alongside and gets in front of Franz. Look at the gaggle of them going into turn 3 and 4. White flag coming out this time. You pick it. Makinich looking for that slingshot. He gets it once again. Franz, it's never over until it's over side by side into 3 and 4. They're coming to the checkered flag off of 4. Your modifies. It's going to be Makinich. Franz. Well, it got going. We knew it would be, and it'd be a dandy if it did. Taking the win. He's out of Hutchinson, his second win in a row with the NCRA modified features. The number 52 out of Hutchinson, Kansas, Ryan Makinich.
The car, Salina, Kansas. There he is, Ryan Makinich. Well, you haven't run a lot this year, but when you have, you've pretty much won the thing. Congratulations. You and France had a great battle there at the end.
Yeah, that was a really good race. I didn't want to see the caution come out, but it made for an exciting couple last laps. You know, you can't make a mistake with that guy. And I made a mistake on the restart going into 1. I let it push a little bit. He gave me room. It was a great race. He found something on the bottom, and the car was going really good. Have my friends and family to thank. And Sandelin Metal, Precise Racing. Couldn't do it without him, so praise and glory be to God. We appreciate having this race. Great bunch of fans. It was fun.
Let's talk about the slingshot move off of 1 and 2. France is on the bottom side. Man, you just, like a rocket ship, and just use the high side of this racetrack.
Yeah, I played the bottom, and crew guy gave me the heads up that he thought maybe I could run the top a little better, and he was right. I just had to start getting in there a little bit harder. So I think it was pretty evenly matched for a guy, and hit the marks on the bottom the right way. I think that showed when we had the restart. The top was getting so high up there, it's starting to get away. It'll be curious to see what the sprint cars do.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Ryan McInerney.
Your 2016 NCRA Late Model Champion will be the 55 of Chris Kratzer. Good season for Chris Kratzer, as David Smith, our statistician, reminding me that Kratzer not only won the Salina Speedway Late Model Championship in the regular season, he's not only the NCRA 2016 Late Model Champion, he is also your 60th annual Hutchinson Grand National Champion at the Kansas State Fairgrounds back in July. So a big year, Scott.
All right, stand up. Let's salute this. 15 racing laps. Matty Spram to the Don Hatton Chevy SS Camaro. Stand up, let them hear you. Here comes your late model in Maine.
So Smith and Kratzer lead the field into turn number 4. We'll check them down. From your starters there, ladies and gentlemen, your NCRA Late Models, it is showtime. Everybody's going to clear turn numbers 1 and 2. Still side-by-side action for that top spot as they go into turn number 3 and 4. Kratzer, the 55, going to get lap number 1. $7D, Dusty Leonard, trying to get up to that number 3 spot. The Iceman, Delbert Smith, the 92, going to make it 3 wide. He'll punch his way up there to that number 4 spot. So it's Chris Kratzer, your lead car, the 92 of Dan Smith. Working our way back through the field. On the backside through turn numbers 3 and 4, your leader, Kratzer, into 1. Adam Schrog in that 10-4 right now, a solid number 3 spot. As the field works its way off of turn number 4, the Iceman, Delbert Smith, closing the gap now on Schrog. Smith in that 92, Schrog's a 10-4. They're down the back straightaway right now as your leader off of turn number 4. Still Chris Kratzer, the number 55, Dan Smith, the 92S. Good action still back here through the field. Seagraves picks himself up a spot in that 7C. Your leader down off of turn number 4 as a caution comes out. Car up there on the top side, the 7D of Dusty Leonard out of Marysville, Kansas. Gets the car rolling back again as we go under a caution here for your late model series. Dan Smith at 92S, Chris Kratzer, your Salina Speedway late model champion on the outside. They'll bring him off of turn number 4. We go back under green. Kratzer trying to find the momentum off of 2. He does it, and he'll take him down the backside into 3. Chris Kratzer, Dan Smith, that's Adam Schrog in the number 3 spot. Jimmy Seagraves, that yellow and red 7C, as Delbert Smith now gets underneath him going into turn number 3. Kratzer, still your lead car down the front side into 1. Dan Smith, Adam Schrog, Delbert Smith. It's all Chris Kratzer right now, the 55, your NCRA Late Model Championship event. He's into 1. That's Dan Smith in the number 2 spot. Schrog, and it's the Iceman. The B1 of Bolster off of turn 4, a little under power right now as he comes down the front straightaway. He'll have your leaders coming up on the backside. Kratzer and Smith. Flat pulled away from this one so far. Down the back straightaway. The 55, Chris Kratzer. Into turn number 3, they're going to have to deal with Bolster before this one's over. White flag coming out for Kratzer in the 55. Daniel Smith, the 92S. Bolster didn't know him. Oh, he's going to take the second place car. Everybody's still going. Caution comes out.
Caution light goes out, 1 lap to go.
We'll check up down off of turn 4, green, white together. Here we go. Kratzer liking the bottom of the racetrack. Let's check the field. Everybody gets through 1 and 2. 3 white back there for third into 3. Off of 4. At the start-finish line, it's going to be Kratzer, Smith, Schrog, Seagraves works his way up there. Well, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, he shared the title last year with Dan Smith. He's going to own it in 2016. There he is, 55, Chris Kratzer.
The Rocket Man, Chris Kratzer.
Get over here. Get over here.
Well, Salina, here's your 2016 NCRA champion. You don't have to share it with anybody this year. It's all yours.
Man, I tell you what, we work awful hard for it, and Cameron Brewer, Mike Backins, everybody helps me on my car. My uncle Don Kratzer, Kratzer Industries, Hooterbilt, Crone Quarter Horses, O'Hara and O'Hara, Attorney at Law, just everybody that helps me. I can't thank them enough, and I tell you what, we're going to celebrate this one, Scott.
You had a track championship up here. You won the 60th Hutchinson Grand Nationals, and now the NCRA championship. Pretty special year for Chris Kratzer.
Unbelievable. If you would have told me that, I would have told you it was crazy. But I'll tell you what, it's the best year we've ever had, and hopefully we can keep the momentum going into next year.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, Scott.
Chris Kratzer, your champion of the NCRA.